Clutch Trucker filmed before a live and very, very fuzzy studio audience. This is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. And little does he know, he's getting groomed tomorrow. Yep, that's right. Parked here at the Petro in Johnstown, Colorado, just delivered up the road in car. This is the load that's getting me home a week earlier than planned. So I'll be starting my project, the toll truck remodel, and that's what most of this video is going to be about. But after I delivered today, I thought, well, we don't have a PetSmart in Cheyenne, but they have one in Greeley. So we're going to zip over there in the morning, and you're getting trimmed and cleaned and washed and all that. It's going to be good, Rusty. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker channel. For those of you scoring at home, so when last we spoke, I think that's when I delivered the load at Coca-Cola there in Akron, Ohio. Then I went down to North Canton, parked at the TA, and the next day Ray got me a load that picked up in Akron, going to some place called Malnove in Omaha, Nebraska. It was like a load of packaging or bags or something like that. Anyway, and so that was delivering on the 23rd, which was yesterday, if I believe. Yes, it was. All right, and then while I stayed the night at this great little place called Mach 1, a Roadie's Mach 1 in Danville on Tuesday night, Danville, Illinois. Great little place. They have about 20 truck spots. They've got cheaper fuel than the rest of Illinois. And my fuel card allowed me to fill there, so I went ahead and put on 90 gallons. They got a little Caesars inside. It's a great little truck stop, clean bathrooms. Anyway, he called me Tuesday afternoon. I was sleeping in and said, hey, I got another load for you. If you want to go home early, this one picks up in Omaha and goes to Carr, Colorado, which is, Carr, Colorado doesn't really exist. It's not really a town. It's just kind of the name of an area. So I knew it was out in the middle of nowhere in Colorado, but it's just south of Cheyenne. So I said, sure, let's take that. And so that paid pretty well. And I delivered today, Friday, the 24th. And it was this load of giant blocks of styrofoam. Took them 7 hours to get me loaded the other night. That would have been Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. Took them forever. So by the time they did that, I was out of hours and went to sleep. And anyway, but so I'm parked here at the Johnstown Petro TA right now, but wanted to show you some video of unloading this stuff. This is what I had to wait so long to get loaded the other night. These foam blocks. They use this stuff to make walls out of for houses. Concrete goes in between. And they're just yanking them off the old-fashioned tough way. Pushing them back and yanking them off. Only filled about 3/4 of the trailer, so the load only weighed 2,000 pounds. It's styrofoam. But they use it to, make houses to make the walls. They put the concrete in the middle, and anyway, it's kind of the newest way to do concrete, baby. Thank you. Anyway, so they got me down here at Johnson's corner. Rusty getting groomed tomorrow, like I said earlier, in Greeley, because we don't have a PetSmart in Cheyenne. We have just about everything else. We don't have a PetSmart. So anyway, he's going to get groomed tomorrow, and then I'm going to head home and start on the whole remodel project. Before we dive into that stuff, a couple more things to show you. Truck flipped over in the Comedian, and you can see the, looks like the skid marks right before he went off, so let's take a look at that. And now the ever-famous Clutch Trucker zoom and slow-mo. All right, look carefully. There are the skid marks right there. And then you see the trailer flipped over in the Comedian. And if you look on the front side, you don't see a truck attached to it. I think it's just the trailer left there. And pretty sad, though. Then saw this while driving through Des Moines the other day, and it cracked me up. You've seen a lot of times on the back of trucks, like trucks bring good stuff, that sticker, or don't like trucks, don't buy stuff, stuff like that. Well, these two big stickers on the back of this trailer, they didn't mince words. I thought this was hilarious. Truckers' lives matter. Without them, you wouldn't have shit. Don't like trucks? Stop buying shit. Problem solved. I almost called up that trucking company to say, can I get those for the back of my trailer? But I figured, well, maybe with the word shit in them, maybe I wouldn't do that. But anyway, still thought it was hilarious. So like I say, I'm getting home about a week earlier than planned. That's fine. I had ordered most of the stuff off Amazon that I'm going to need for the whole truck remodel ahead of time. I think all of it's arrived at the house by now. Even my Tuft & Needle mattress arrived, and I just ordered that on Monday because I had to wait until the 20th to order it because I wanted the sale price. It was on sale like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, for Labor Day, and I didn't order in time, and then when I went online to go look at it, it was back to the regular price. I wanted the $150 off. And I called him and said, look, I'm going to be ordering it. Can't you do me a solid here and give me the $150 off, give me the sale price? No, sir, we can't, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they said, well, it's going to be on sale again on the 20th. I said, fine, I'll do it then. So I went online, ordered it. Whenever I order anything that's not on Amazon, I always pay through PayPal because that way it has all my information, it puts everything in for me, and that way I don't have to register for all these other damn websites and do all these other different damn passwords. I can just do it through PayPal. That's a great way to go, by the way, if you ever do that. And then you have an extra step so that if you have a dispute over something, PayPal can help back you up. Anyway, I know I want the mattress anyway, so I got the sale price. It already arrived apparently at the house today. Talked to my wife, she said it's outside. And everything I ordered off Amazon for the whole truck remodel has already arrived at the house. The big diamond boxes just arrived like yesterday, the day before. So everything's there. The only thing that didn't arrive that I didn't realize I was going to have to buy is I have to buy a new refrigerator or a new refrigerator freezer. And that'll be the first part of the discussion here in the whole truck remodel. Now, I decided to do this truck remodel weeks ago. And so I've been thinking about it for weeks in my head while I'm driving down the road. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do everything. All right, I'm pushing out that back wall up there, and I'm going to put a full-size bed up there. That's why I had to order a new mattress from Tuft & Needle. And I'm going about 34 inches out, so that I'm going to, because right now the bed's against the back wall crosswise, okay? Because it's a twin XL mattress, which is 80 inches long by 39 inches wide. I'm going to rotate that, and I wanted to do a full size, which is 54 inches wide. It's only 75 inches long. So I'm going to go out the back. I'll have 43 inches inside-ish, and including the wall, and then another 32 inches plus the board at the end of it to make the box up there is going to bring it to about 34 inches total going out the back. So this upper bunk that's up here that's folded up right now that I never use is this whole thing's coming down. That's going away. So there's a wall behind that. You can see the top up there. All right, we're going to be pushing through that wall. And so this is where the upper bunk is going to go. It's going to go at about the height of where you see the bottom of this upper bunk, if you follow on the wall, okay, to where that little support is for the upper bunk. It's going to be about that height. And it'll make it all the way to the cabinet right here. And I decided I'm going to rebuild this cabinet too out of wood to match everything else. So I'll still have my area to stand right here in front of the bunk. You can see my feet. All right, this cabinet goes away. This is where the cassette toilet goes. So I'm going to rebuild this cabinet because I have to cut off the bottom of it anyway. Upper bunk goes up there. This cabinet goes away. The refrigerator is going to move, and in its place are going to be 3 steps going up to a landing, which will be on that side of the bed against that wall, so I can still get into the bed, which will be up there for my upstairs. That's right, I'm having 2 flights, 2 areas. It's going to be a 2-story truck. Okay, now back to the fridge situation. This fridge is 43.5 inches tall. This area below the mattress, there you see the vent there, and a plug-in, and an air outlet for the APU, auxiliary power unit, so I have heat and air conditioning. I don't want to move any of that stuff. So that thing is going to stay there. So this is going to be a seating area in the middle with a flip-up area to get to the APU for service below. And so the fridge was going to move from here to over here, about where my pillows are now. But the problem is, it can only go up that high. That fridge is too tall because it's going to be up on that platform. So I had to rethink the whole fridge situation. Now you can see this fridge here is a hotel-sized fridge. Good sized bottom and a good sized freezer, separate freezer compartment. It actually keeps things frozen, folks. And it's a 4.4 cubic foot total, 3.2 on the fridge, 1.2 on the freezer. And so I'd have to get a smaller one, and I really don't want to downgrade. Because kind of the whole point of this remodel is to make everything better, everything bigger. I don't want to downgrade my refrigerator. So, since this is kind of the last thing I considered, now I'm going to put it against the passenger wall and where the bunk mattress area is now. But I'm going to have to do basically a two-piece situation. I found a single unit that's a fridge and freezer side by side that's only 33.5 inches tall and 31 inches wide. That would work. It's expensive, $770. And the problem is, too, well, what if that one dies? Because these don't tend to last all that long in here. And if I can't find that again and I build the whole thing around that, well, now I'm kind of screwed. So I decided I'm going to go the other route, which is I like this Magic Chef fridge. They make a version of that that's only 33.5 inches tall, that'll fit above the bunk area, the platform, underneath the new bunk, that is all fridge, that is not a fridge and freezer. Well, now I don't have a freezer, so I have to buy a separate freezer. Alright, so what I was originally going to do is move the fridge from the passenger side over to the driver's side, next to the sink I'm going to put in behind, because behind the driver's seat is going to be the cassette toilet. Then behind that, on that platform, I was going to put in the sink, and next to that, I was going to put in the fridge. Well, the fridge won't fit. So, and I was going to put the closet on the passenger side, behind the passenger side seat back there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the fridge, that'll be 33.5 inches, fridge only, behind the passenger seat. Then there's going to be a stairway there leading up to my upstairs level. Say it's going to be a 2-level place. It's going to be pretty cool. Then below that, I can get that 33.5 inch fridge underneath there. And next to that, I'm going to I'm buying a fridge or a freezer only unit. And like I said, the freezer unit I have in this fridge combo is about 1.2 cubic feet. I'm going to get one that's 2.1 cubic feet that stands about 27.5 inches next to the fridge on the passenger side in the area that is now where my bed is. And there's a vent back there for the truck when you're using the truck AC system and heat system that I don't want to block, so the lower freezer will be below that vent, so I don't have to reroute or pipe anything back there. So I'm going to have a fridge that's the same size as the fridge, at least cubic feet wise, of the fridge I have now, but fits under there, and a separate freezer next to it. I know this sounds like it's getting very involved. Next to that, to fit under the bunk on the passenger side. So now on the driver's side, I'll have behind the driver's seat, where the cabinet is now, cassette toilet, behind that sink, and then I'm going to put a closet back there, because I'm losing the cabinet right here, up above my head behind the passenger or the driver's seat, which is my current closet. Plus I want a bigger closet so stuff hangs and I don't have to cram other crap in there, but I'm going to be building so much new extra storage that won't be an issue. Alright, so here's the new fridge I'm going to be getting. That's only fridge, does not have a freezer part in it. It's a Magic Chef. This is a Magic Chef. So I've been happy with the Magic Chef. This one's been in the truck for about 4 years and it's still working. So I couldn't find a Magic Chef matching freezer only. I found one called Winter, spelled W-H-Y-N-T-E-R, that's going to go next to it. They're both going to be the stainless steel looking front and black cabinets, so they'll look good on the passenger side behind the passenger seat. So where the current fridge is now, behind the passenger seat. Oh, and by the way, where these plastic drawers are, I'm going to be building wood drawers in that place. Where this fridge is now, this is going to be a stairway leading up to a landing, which will be about there, because the new full-size mattress will go from a little inside that wall, but it doesn't go all the way across. So I'll have a landing about 20 inches below the top of the mattress. So I go ploop, ploop, ploop up my steps, onto the landing, up to the bunk in the upstairs area. That's going to be cool. Then on this side, where I have my lower cabinet in front of my bunk, this is where the cassette toilet goes. I'm going to build a little wall closer to that seat. The inverter is going to move into a cabinet which will be about there, where the front of my bunk is now with my pillows, and that's where the sink is going to go. And then next to that, to the back wall, will be a closet, and it'll be a bigger closet than this one up here. You see how I have to stuff everything up here, my laundry bag and my clothes all wedged against the side. It's going to be a bigger closet next to that. So right here in the middle will be a seating area, about where you see where my cooler and some of Rusty's toys are. And I'm going to have cushions coming off the back wall, and off this section of the back wall will be another cabinet that I can put stuff in. This one I've got, that side I got to leave a little open because the fridge and freezer are going to be there and their doors need to swing open. But I'm going to put a cushion that I can move so that when the doors are closed, somebody else can sit next to me and two people can sit there. And then here's the piece de resistance. Cassette toilet goes here, okay? I'm still going to have some sort of a door on the front, and it's going to open that way, and it's going to have a little fold-up table on it because I'll lose my drawer here, which is my little pull-out table for now. That's going to go away. So I'm going to have a fold-up table like you have in a lot of campers. It'll be right there so that then I can sit down here in my seating area and have a table in front for a workstation or for eating, what have you, and then still watch my TV, which will be in roughly the same spot because I can pull it around and look at it from here. Like I say, I'm going to rebuild this upper cabinet because everything else is going to be rebuilt. Why leave the ugly plastic cabinet in when I'm going to put all these nice wood features and wood doors and everything? It's going to look really nice. Now, since above my refrigerator, where the microwave is now, this whole cabinet goes away because my stairway goes here. So what do I do with the microwave? It's going to go up over here. I'm going to build a shelf right about this high across above where my TV is, and this is going to be a cabinet enclosed for the microwave with a little extra space up top for my DVD player, which is now right there. So you can see my DVD player stuck on top of my microwave, so it'll have its own space up here above the cabinet on its own little shelf. Okay, and back to the bunk back here below where the sink is going to be here and the closet there. In the box that is down there, which I have access to on the outside, that's where my fresh and gray water tanks are going to go to feed my sink and the toilet that'll go here. Okay, so that's the basic scope of it. Also, when I push out the back, it's not going to be as wide, the bed is not as wide as the whole area I'm going to push out. So I'm going to have room to put a cabinet up there as well, and then a little table towards the front, kind of like, so I use the table now to put my wallet and keys and stuff on when I go to sleep. I'll have one upstairs as well. Not to mention, I'm going to have lighting that will be running inside the walls, and so you won't see the wires. I'm going to have a light switch upstairs for the area that's pushing back out. Also for right over this little table area I'm going to put up there. I'll have a light switch that'll feed that. I'm going to have a plug-in outlet up there so I can plug in my cell phone. I'm going to have a plug-in outlet on the other side, on the passenger side up there, because I'm going to have some storage area on that side. So if my wife or kids come with me, there's going to be an outlet where they can plug in their cell phone. In the space below, where I'm going to have the closet, the sink, and the toilet area behind me, I'm going to have a light fixture mounted on the bottom of the cabinet right behind me, and then one mounted at what's going to be underneath the bunk area back there on the ceiling of that area. and it's going to be hardwired in with a switch on the wall, and I'm going to have a plug-in down there so I can plug in my George Foreman or my Ninja Foodie, because I'm going to have an inverter feeding that goes underneath the sink. I'm going to have another inverter underneath my step area that'll feed both the fridge and freezer. Yeah, and then I think the inverter from the other side is going to feed the microwave. I've got the whole thing planned out, believe me. So all the wires are going to be hidden. I'm going to have light switches. I'm going to have outlets. It's going to be like a freaking house. And because I'll be losing the side box on the driver's side, where I have all these pieces and parts and everything, I'm putting up 2 diamond-plated boxes on the back of the cab that'll go on either side, and they're going to match the diamond-plated extension coming out the back. So my storage will just move from there to the boxes in the back. I'll still be able to use the box, the side luggage box on the passenger side. As a matter of fact, it's going to expand into the stair area where the refrigerator is now. The stairs are also going to be storage areas. I've planned all this ahead, okay? I'm going to have so much extra storage, it's going to be unbelievable. Storage upstairs, stairs are storage. I'm going to have a new closet that's bigger. I'm going to have storage behind where the APU piece is in the bunk area now as extra storage. I'm going to have storage up here on the passenger side, extra up there where the microwave goes. I'm rebuilding the cabinet behind my head, and I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. I'm going to have storage up on the driver's side next to the bunk. It's going to be crazy amount of storage. I'm going to be replacing the carpet that's in front of the bunk now. So I have carpet that matches it, and carpet will be up the stairs and into that landing area. And that'll be on, I'm going to make some shelf in the back there behind the bunk with a little carpeted area with a lip around it. The drawers here are going to have a lip around it with a carpet on top to hold my paper towels in place better than they do now. And I'm sure you're saying, is this really going to look as good as you think it's going to look? Believe me, you're going to be amazed. You are going to say, really, when it's all done, I swear, you're going to be saying, wow, I can't believe it looks as good as it does. That's a promise. All you other truck drivers out there are going to be so jealous with what I've done, and you may want to end up doing the same thing to your truck or something similar. It's going to look good. I'm going to wrap, I've got these curtains up here that I never use. I'm going to use the vinyl from that to wrap any exposed wood so it matches all the vinyl and the push button stuff behind me. Look at the wall behind me right there. It's going to match that kind of stuff. It's all going to match. It's going to look really good. Any woodwork I'm going to do is going to be framed out with panel stuff in it. Like I say, it's going to be good. I'm very excited about this whole project. It's going to look great, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm not going back out on the road until it's done, because I don't want to go out with it half-assed done and then I'll never finish it. So, it may take a week, it may take 2. I hope it doesn't take more than that, because I got to make the money. Because as we always say out here, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So stay tuned, I'm going to document everything along the way. Well, he will be a much cleaner and groomed dog. Yeah, they didn't do the best job around his face and eyes last time. So usually I make it about 3 months. This is about 2.5. You're tired, are you? Anyway, so, and I'll try to do an update, at least on the Instagram and the other one, the Twitter thing. Gosh, you're tired. In the next couple of days, as I get the whole project underway. All right, so thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe as always. Please like and comment if you'd like to, only if you'd like to. I get your comments. Sometimes takes a day or two because I'm a working truck driver, and of course now I'm going to be diving into the middle of this whole project. So I'll try to do updates, you know, at least semi-daily or bi-daily. I don't know, I can't ever remember which the right one is. Semi-daily? Bi-daily? Along the way, I will be doing updates. This is going to be a huge project, and but I think in the end, it's going to be a beautiful thing, baby. Thank you. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. A riot is an ugly thing, and I think it's about high time we had one! All right, he's eyeing that strip. Oh, not the first time, almost the second time. Come on, Rusty. Come on, it's right here. There he goes. Has his bacon strip bounty strip. Got his reward for helping out on the opening and closing. Way to go, Rusty. All right, take a little taste. And then we need the happy dog look. Come on, give us the happy dog look. There it is. All right.